Tyler painted 9.5 square yards of wall area with 3 gallons of paint. How many gallons of paint does it take to paint each square yard of the wall? Well, instead of talking about 9.5 square yards, which is equal to 4 1/2 square yards, let's first start trying to think about it with just an easier number, a whole number like 9. What if there were 9 square yards? Well, if we take the paint and try to evenly place it, this paint could cover these 3. This paint right here could cover the next 3. And this paint right here would cover the last 3. So if you could imagine splitting up each gallon of paint evenly into thirds. So this would cover square 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. We would need 1/3 of the gallon to cover each square yard. So that makes it pretty easy, and the way we get that answer is by taking 3 and dividing it by 9, which is the same as 3 times 1/9. We use the times symbol. And when we multiply fractions like this, we get 3/9, which equals 1/3. So if each square yard takes 1/3 of the gallon, let's add up all of these thirds and see how many gallons that would be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 thirds, which equals 3 gallons. But unfortunately, that's not exactly what the problem was that we're dealing with today. The problem we're looking at calls for 4.5 square yards. It calls for 9 halves. That's an improper fraction. When we make it a mixed number, we get 4 1/2. So let's go ahead and instead look at just 4 boxes. So we're going to get rid of some of these boxes first. We only end up needing 4 1/2. And lucky for me, I have 1/2 of a square yard sitting over here. I'm just going to drag it over. So now it's not as easy because we're dealing with fractions, but we're going to still accomplish our answer the same way. Before, we took the 3 gallons of paint and divided it among 9 squares. Now we're going to take the 3 gallons of paint and we're going to divide it among 9 halves, which is 4 1/2. We want to divide the paint up evenly over 4 1/2 squares. Well, when we are dividing by a fraction, we keep the first number, change to multiplication, and flip the second number. And again, we want to multiply fractions, so I'm going to make 3 look like a fraction. And now when I multiply across, I get 6. On the bottom, I get 9. And then I put it in lowest terms because I can divide both of them by 3, and I get 2/3. So let's see if this works. 2/3, 2/3, 2/3, 2/3, and this one is half as big, so it only needs 1/3 because it's a half square yard. If we add them up, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 1 more makes 9 thirds. I still get 3 when I change 9 thirds to lowest terms. 9 thirds equals 3. So a diagram that could help you with this type of problem would be to kind of draw the squares and draw the paint, show how we could divide it up. We could also write out our multiplication expression. Here's a division expression that we could use in this problem that represent this situation. We could even add some units and say 3 gallons divided by 9½ yards. And then our units for our answer would be 2/3 of a gallon per yard.